Guys, Marsing in here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so obviously if you guys checked out the summon video earlier, I did pull a couple of copies of CHEELAI. I wanted to go ahead and do a 55% showcase for her before we start taking her into some more difficult content. So I do have a dupe so I can unlock her bottom right path, but I just wanted to show her at 55%. I've run the link leveling stage a few times. I actually didn't notice shattering the limit is at level 7 and all the rest are at like 2, 3 and 4. But yeah, 55%. We're going to show her off here in the GT red zone against the Shadow Dragons. So she greatly raises defense for 1 turn on super, does supreme damage, seals the enemy, and has a high chance to stun. So I do think a little bit of additional in her passive will be good for things like Super Battle Road. Sorry, Hidden Potential, not her passive. And then mainly you want to focus on dodge, because when we look at her kit, she gets 3 key and 139% defense. The key 3 is actually really good because her links are not great. So the fact that she gives herself key is really good. She has a guaranteed scouter with no condition. So you just get to see the enemy super attack. Very, very powerful. She randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to rainbow. Then she has a 70% chance to dodge, which is pretty good. She gets an additional 39% defense each time she dodges. So once she's got like 2 or 3 dodges, her defense is going to be insanely high. And then she recovers 39% HP at the end of the turn every time the character has evaded 3 attacks in battle, and you can do that 3 times. And then she gives all allies 3 key, attack and defense 39%, self-excluded. One of the few support units that has this caveat. She does not give herself the support, so she does at least give herself key in her passive. But as you can see from looking back across this, she gets no attack whatsoever. So her attack stats are going to be insanely low. She's not on a lot of categories either, which is unfortunate. So we are running her on Pan's team, the Bond of Friendship. She's on Peppy Gals and Space Traveling Warriors. Obviously, the real deal is we want to see them linked up with the Broly trio. They don't share a crazy amount of links, but it's simply the fact that seeing the enemy super attack location and then changing orbs to make it super easy for the Broly trio to pick up 7 orbs and then get a guaranteed dodge is an incredibly powerful mechanic. So basically we had a bit of a rough 2 turns. Unsurprisingly, Pan got super attacked after supering, but hopefully on this turn we can get to see that added value from CHEELAI, because if she dodges 3 times during this turn, we're going to get that heal. So there's 2 dodges straight away, and then look at oh my god. 270,000 attack stat. Oh my god. That's the that's got to be the lowest attack stat I've seen in a while. And but yeah, she dodged every single attack. And we know there's no super this turn because of her scouter. So obviously the rest of the turn is safe. And then at the end we are going to heal 39%. So that is some huge value that she is providing to all these teams. I talked about it on the stream earlier. Like, she's only on 3 categories, but for certain events, you could probably get away with running her even without a leader skill, right? Because, actually, let's put... yeah, let's put you in slot 1. You could get away with running her without a leader skill. Actually, no, we'll put Pan in slot 1 because she's just going to kill him. Yeah, get away with running her without a leader skill. As long as you're getting that 70% dodge chance consistently, she's not going to take any damage. And even without a leader skill, if she dodges a couple of attacks first, she's potentially not going to take that much if one of the follow-up attacks does hit her, depending on which boss you're against, obviously. Like, if you're against, like, you know, a physical red zone stage, then obviously without a leader skill, she's probably still going to take quite a lot of damage even after a couple of dodges. But she definitely has the potential to be insane in the value department. Because, yeah, here we can see there's no super attack. We can get 7 orbs for the Broly trio. So they're going to guarantee dodge every single attack here. She gets Battlefield. I think she only gets Battlefield Diva with you, yeah. So she gets solid support, Brainiacs, and Cold Judgment, which is not bad. At these low levels, solid support is a little bit of extra attack. Cold Judgment is defense, though, so when that's leveled up, that's very good. And then was it Brainiacs, which will be extra attack and defense as well. So even though it's not a lot of links, she does link up well with them, and they obviously do make a very good combo, especially here. As we can see, there are no super attacks on the turn again, so Broly Trio just going to come in, guaranteed dodge all of these hits. Like one of the videos I'm going to do after this, I'm going to do the 55% showcase for Farsha as well. But I definitely am going to do Cheelai and Broly Trio versus Cell Max, because, I mean, that rotation becomes almost untouchable, right? Unless you get really bad luck with the RNG for the orbs. See, there we go. We see her only get one dodge in the turn. She took a hit and still took 53k. Now, this is only the second phase of this red zone stage, and it is type disadvantage. So maybe that is a bit of an indication that running her without a leader skill would actually not be viable in this more difficult content. Because if she's taking 50 odd K after getting one dodge when she's on a double 170 lead, then obviously with no leader skill, she is going to take significantly more than that, which would be not ideal, to say the least. So let's go ahead and do this. And then just grab these for you, I guess. I thought I put Trunks and Giru on the team as a support, but they, unfortunately, they only support, out of the 3 categories they give support to with their passive, Cheelai is only on one of them, so they'd be getting, she would be getting 20% support from them, and then an extra 10%, obviously, if we pick up all of their orbs. Now, the problem is, if you're going to run her with, like, the Broly Trio, so she's changing orbs, and then ideally you're wanting to put the Broly Trio in the slot where it's most beneficial for you, and then get them 7 orbs. Then whilst Trunks and Giru can be good for their orb changing, stacking on top of that, making it even easier to get 7 orbs with the Broly Trio, the problem is when you're then connecting up all the orb field that much, it's going to be very easy to get the orbs for the Broly Trio, and then Cheelai doesn't really need any orbs, and then you still need to get 7 orbs for Trunks and Giru in slot 3 to get their full potential. But here we go, like this is exactly it, right? Like this is the rotation. So 7 orbs, we go ahead and pick those up. We get guaranteed dodges for the turn. When we pick up tech orbs with the Broly Trio, we also give everybody else more defense. And then Farsha, we can grab these. And we only dodged 1 attack last turn. So if we dodge both of these, it means we'll get the 39% heal at the end of the turn. And we are getting Battlefield Diva and shattering the limit from having the Bulma in slot 3. So her defense is only 125k. As soon as she dodges once, though, that jumps up by 40%. So she's pretty much going to be at, what, like 175-ish after 1 dodge. And that's also forgetting, of course, the fact she greatly raises defense on super. So after she supers and then gets a dodge in, she's going to be over 200k defense, which isn't that impressive, like, as a raw number, but it's then just the fact that she has 70% chance to dodge on top of that. So, obviously, you're not going to bring her against, like, Red Zone Broly, because, like, all of her utility functions around dodging. I mean, she does give support, and she Rainbow Orb changes, but without being able to dodge at all, her defense is obviously just not good enough, really, to be run on a team where you can't dodge. But just having this interaction with the Broly Trio, where you just put them in a slot, it's like, oh yeah, okay, so Cheelai Scouter tells me the super's in slot 1, so I put the Broly Trio in slot 1, and thanks to the orb changing, they get a 100% chance to dodge. But there you can see, with no support, or no external support, without getting a dodge first, she took like 50 odd K. Although I think maybe that was her 3rd dodge then in total. Oh, of course, because she dodged 4 times in turn 1. So she dodged 4 times in turn 1, then she dodged once on turn 2, so that puts her at 5, and then, yeah, she dodged once on that turn, which is 6, and then we get the heal. So even though she took 80k, she healed back basically all of that damage by getting her passive go off at the end of the turn. So Pinkles has showed up to check out the last part of the Cheelai showcase here, apparently. So let's get another turn in with her here. I mean, all in all, I would say I'm pretty impressed with how she works. I mean, I've seen, obviously, people on JP using her, and that combo with the Broly Trio is obviously great, but even just on the teams that she's on, as a 3rd slot floating unit, she's providing support, she Rainbow Orb changes, and she has a Scouter. So, whilst I do think that the banner is probably a big skip, like, in general, Cheelai is obviously going to go into the general pool and then be available on every banner going forward. So I actually literally cannot see. Thanks, Pickles. Pickles has literally stuck his face right in front of the phone, and I'm pretty sure I only picked up 6 orbs then, thanks to not being able to see the screen. So, whilst I don't really ever do this in videos, I am going to reset the app really quickly, because somebody came along and decided to sabotage me. I don't know if we might have actually seen the turn where you can't get 7 orbs, because remember, she's only changing one type of orb into rainbow, and it's not a predetermined type of orb, so it's not like you can set her up for the next turn. So you can still get those turns where you get bad RNG, and then she's not going to actually create a perfect path to get 7 orbs for the Broly trio. So let's actually see if we can do that, because I was trying to see how many orbs it was. Okay, you're actually going now. Yeah, your work here is done. Your act of terrorism. Because, yeah, I literally wanted to click here to see how many orbs it was, and then I let go, not wanting to pick them up. But, as you can see, we actually cannot get 7 orbs with them on this turn. So, we're going to have to put Cheelai in slot 1 and see if she can actually come in clutch for us here. Because this is going to be the determining factor. Because if she doesn't dodge this super attack, she potentially will get us killed. Now, if she doesn't dodge and we survive the attack, and then she does dodge 3 times in total, oof, yeah, if she doesn't dodge this, we just die. Okay, there we go. Okay, number 2, we need 1 more. Okay, perfect. So, now, even if she gets it, see, there you go. Now, 9 damage. She went from taking 100k from a normal attack to taking 9 damage after getting a couple of dodges. So that incremental like defense increase every time she dodges is pretty ridiculous. And we got 3 dodges, so that first attack, even though it did do like 100k, we're just going to heal that damage at the end of the turn. So the one place where she's obviously going to be weak and could potentially let you down is if she doesn't dodge a super. But with the Scouter effect, you obviously wouldn't want to put her in front of a super. Like, if this wasn't a showcase where we're trying to keep Cheelai on rotation and show her off, by not being able to get 7 orbs for the Broly trio in slot 1, I would have just put Carnival Goku in slot 1, because he's just going to tank all of that. Whereas, obviously, we put Cheelai there and kind of run the risk just because, obviously, it's a showcase for her, and I wanted to see if she could actually come through for us, which she did, and then we got the heal. So, Pan should finish off Oceanus here with the Dokkan attack. In fact, I will get the nodes as well, just to actually sort of guarantee that we get the finish. But yeah, I mean, you got to see the difference play out in real time from her taking 100k from a normal attack to taking 9 damage after getting a couple of dodges. So, obviously, the liability is if you get hit early on in the turn. But once she's gotten those dodges, she's, yeah, not really taking any damage, which is pretty great. So, whilst providing support, a Scouter effect, etc., etc. So, very, very good unit. Obviously, as we've seen throughout the video, not going to do any damage, basically ever. So, yeah, on this turn, if we weren't playing a showcase, we would probably just do, I guess, would we just do this? I don't know. Let's see. Can we get 7 orbs? We can get 7 orbs there. I'm a little bit concerned about how this is all going to drop down if we pick up orbs from somewhere else. So let's do that. Alright, that's still 7. If I do... Also, that's 6. So if I just grab these for you, we should still be able to get 7, right? Because her Scouter effect takes away, as well, the risk that you have with Pan, as we've discussed many times, of her super attacking first and then getting supered when she's lost her damage reduction. And yeah, AGL orbs give an attack buff, so Pan's going to hit even harder on this turn. And then yeah, we get 7 orbs, which means the Broly trio is going to guarantee dodge all the attacks in the final slot. So we are basically all good here for not taking a huge amount of damage. Because Pan, once she's fully built up, even when she loses her damage reduction, she can tank normal attacks reasonably well. And then, yeah, the Broly trio is just going to dodge all these attacks in slot 3. So, Cheelai definitely is a unit worth having in your box, I think. But the banner probably still is a huge skip, especially with Gamma 1 and 2 right around the corner. Trunks and Vegeta probably coming out not long after them. But remember, after this banner leaves, well, not even when it leaves, the literal next banner that comes out, which for Global should be the one with the Gammas on it, Cheelai and Fasha are going to be in the general pool. So, obviously, it's... It might take you a while to pull them because they're unfeatured, but I do think Cheelai is definitely a great unit. She's going to age very well, just considering the fact that even in the most difficult content, she's got a 70% chance to dodge, as long as dodge isn't disabled, and a scour. So she's going to be useful on teams for a while. Obviously, my hope will be, whilst we don't want them to keep introducing new categories, and they've cooled down on that for a while, but a good new category that she's on would, in the future, would obviously give her a bit of a revitalization as well. So let me know what you guys think of Cheelai down below in the comment section. We'll do the Cheelai and Broly Trio versus Cell Max video very soon, so keep an eye out for that one as well. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.